Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes, last day in Vegas.
Yeah, allegedly. You know they're going to start off a little bit of Vegas next week.
I think they've left the building.
Elvis has left the building.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I'm enjoying this episode. Like, I'm enjoying these. We were saying that nothing really is happening in this episode, but it's a lot of this low stakes drama, which is what we've been asking for. Something needs to happen, though.
Yeah, it's kind of feel like I just don't like everybody. But I don't know. I go back, like, sometimes I'm fine, sometimes I'm like, it feels a little vacant sometimes.
How so?
Meaning, like, because I'm not, like, into this cast as I am with other shows. So it's just kind of like going through the motions of, like, watching them on a girls' trip. And it just reminded me of why it was easy to, like, stop watching
Orange County, yeah.
Because it was never like that connection as I have like Beverly Hills or Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or other shows.
Our good friend Shannon, not Shannon Bedore, she's admitted that she can't get into this season at all. And she loves watching all the Housewives, but she's just like, there's just something about this season that's not clicking yet.
Yeah.
So, I say it's Vicki? Like, just...
It's part of it. It's also Shannon. It's also, I don't know. It's hard to forget, like, last year's
transgressions.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, but it's fine. It's fine. It was totally fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's nothing offensive about what's going on.
Right. And again, like sometimes I'm like, I'm totally cool. Or like this week I was like, So
understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. Well, if you're just finding us, dear listener, thank you for finding us. Sometimes we get lost. So please like, subscribe, leave us some comments either here on the podcast or come to social media and let us know what you think there. Husbands Watching on TikTok and Husbands Watching Housewives everywhere else. So thank you very much. We've been getting a lot of comments lately. We got Nutmeg's been messaging us. That's great. Love you. Sorry for the Cheeto reference, but that was really not us insulting you. That was someone else.
Yes.
So, and then, Norway is still coming in strong for us. And I promised Canada I would throw some shout outs to Canada. So thank you, Canada. So thank you, India. Thank you, Silence.
Yes, that's what the song writes.
I'm a little Alanis Morissette right now. Just some cats running around downstairs.
Okay. It sounded like there was like hissing or something. I don't know.
Just some energetic cats. You can't hear it on the pod, but we can hear it in the house.
Yes.
So, should we go through the episode?
Yeah.
Or is there anything else going on in Housewives land we should go through?
With Beverly Hills, they started shooting and they're in Ghana.
And they confirmed Tracy Tudor
is joining the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting.
That'll be nice. Like for a little while, I was confused as to why Beverly Hills had to add someone. I was like, oh, right, because Amanda's not coming back.
Right. I think everybody else is. So they needed like another flavor there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think with like same thing with Atlanta and all these shows, like I just need a couple years with no changes. So like this is fine. Orange County and everything with Carmella. She's a welcome addition.
Yes.
I don't know. Ever since what's her face on Beverly Hills, Anne Marie. I thought she was going to be good, and then she wasn't, They've been, like, really hit or miss, and it's just hard to have these one hits after one another, over and over
I think
again.
Amanda should not have been a one hit, but I mean, if she hadn't left, then we wouldn't be getting this new person, who I think might jive better, and I think she might be actually friends with some of them.
Oh, like they already run in the same circles?
I think so. LA and all that entertainment. She's been on Bravo on $1 Million Listing LA, so...
She probably worked at the agency at one point.
Or just knows that world.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Yeah, very interesting. Anything going on in our lives that we need to talk about?
Not really.
Nothing major. We survived our brunch last week. We got a barbecue coming up this week. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. This one's, because we already cleaned the house, is a lot less stressful.
Yeah, still need to clean up the cat litter by the door. That's always
the problem.
Yeah.
Get some more hamburgers, buy some sausages, some hot dogs, maybe some buns. But yeah, I do wonder. I'm still worried about 3 p.m. being too late to start a barbecue.
I don't think so. I think, last Saturday it was still quite sunny, like after 3 even. It's still pretty warm.
Just thinking more about the appetite. Like if it was more around like 1 o'clock, you could have like a late lunch situation. This is just going to be like an early dinner situation.
Yeah, I think people, they'll figure it out on their own. We'll just have like a bunch of like leftover sausages. So
I guess we don't have to cook all of them. We could cook sausages on demand.
Right. Just see like how like the first few kind of go, and we're not gonna start cooking like right at 3 too.
Correct.
There'll be chips and snacks and mingling before you like start the grill. So it is more of like a earlier dinner. Like people really won't start eating until like maybe even closer to 4.
Right. All right. I don't know. Like just party anxiety is real. Anytime you throw a party of any sort of kind, you're just.
I think it'll be fine. People are like lively in the chat about what they want to bring, and
True.
It's.
I was worried that I didn't make it clear enough that people should be bringing something, but then you told me to check my text message, and people clearly understood the assignment, so they're going to bring some side
They've
dishes.
been to a barbecue before.
And they've been to one of our barbecues before, but still, let me have
They've not.
Yep. Yeah, they have. Well, not a barbecue, but we had the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, so it was not a barbecue, though. We didn't have a barbecue.
We spent a lot of time outside and inside. Like it was in a good mixture of indoor and outdoor, even before the nice backyard. There's a lot of standing in the backyard.
Yeah, that field that we had.
That field of wildflowers.
Basically, or swedes.
And foxtails. Yes. Got it. Okay. Get to the show. You seem so badly to want to start it.
So yeah, we began with like Shannon made Jenn change rooms, and Jenn had feelings about that.
I like that they made it very clear to us that Jenn was like, this is just insane. There's nothing different about this room. And ultimately, I feel like she got Shannon to admit that, yeah, she was making it all up. That ultimately...
No, she wasn't. I think she was just mad about Heather deciding what rooms were which and then not willing to, be flexible about it. And then...
Right, but the kind of implication was that, like, Shannon was making something out of nothing. And Shannon was kind of like, yeah, it was really more about that Heather didn't give me a choice in the matter.
It was about that, but also, too, like, we saw her last week. She was, like, hearing things in that room. She had to get out of that room.
I think she was being dramatic, is what she was doing.
It was, yeah, but it was really the principal and all of the Heather stuff.
Right.
Which then, like, led them, skip ahead a bit, to Jenn and Emily be like, you should really talk to Heather. And she did. And Heather was just like...
Now,
like Heather was annoyed as I was watching it, like living it. Like, really, this again? Fine, I'm sorry about the rooms. Can we shut up and move on about it?
Yeah, Heather was very much like, I thought we already talked about this. Why is this coming up again? This is exhausting. But I really enjoyed Emily stirring the pot because it was the most obvious pot stirring that had ever gone on. Like, because she just went, I really think you should talk to Shannon about it and tell her how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, that's
her behavior.
Yeah, that was like as though she's reading from a textbook, like on how to be a housewife. You should tell our friend how you feel about what happened. So
on camera.
Yeah. And make sure you do it when someone's irritated. Yeah. It was very good.
It'll go over well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then Shannon comes running in driving in on a scooter.
Right.
All designed for Vicki.
I think it's so funny. Yes, Vicki needed a scooter. Why was Vicki in heels? If you're already like got a bum knee, like maybe some flats.
I agree, but some people I think feel more comfortable in heels, or it could be that vanity thing where like she wouldn't be caught dead on camera.
Right. These things can apply if you're Mariah Carey, but if you're Vicki Gunvalson, get a flat, get a ballet flat.
Maybe we all have a little bit of Mariah in us from time to time.
There's only one Mariah. Vicki, get a flat. Get a scooter and a flat. Then I like this. Shannon promptly like crashed into Vicki.
Yes,
that scooter.
Yes, which of course, again, that makes me think. I know that scooters can go fast, but it makes me think that like Shannon and her, like, oh, how's this thing work? Oh, did I hit you? Like, it just seems like a complete like fabrication sort of.
I don't think she like meant to hit her that hard. That's where she's like, oh, sorry. I was just doing a bit.
Yeah. I was just trying to be me on Housewives, but yeah. You have on here that Vicki sees red flags, or with Carmella. Was that in the car?
In the car.
Oh, so they go to the Grand Canyon. That's where I was also confused. Like, they make this big deal about getting Vicki the scooter just to go down to the lobby and then leave it on the side of the road. Like, leave it there. Like,
she can't scooter through the Grand Canyon, but she scootered through the rest of the episode.
I know, but like, she could have just gone down to the elevator and then gotten in and like saved the scooter for later.
It was a tough.
Okay, all right, I'll buy that. But yeah, on the way, Vicki is clearly on her laptop the entire time, as we've learned she does.
She's on her phone, not on her laptop, but she was clearly like tuned out to like, I'm gonna like probably work here. You guys, housewife.
Right.
And I'll join when I'm ready.
And Carmella's daughter was sick, and that's what she was talking about, was like how she feels bad being away from her while she's sick, and if she ordered her an IV for later, make sure her daughter's hydrated. Like, what kind of life is that, where it's, my mom would just drink lots of fluids, here's some ginger ale.
I gotta go to work.
Yeah, imagine if she's like, oh, I have some intravenous liquids coming for you later. Make sure he uses a clean needle, you know. What the hell? But it's a whole different. It's a different world from where you come from. But yeah, in the car,
that Vicki basically tuned them out, and it was kind of rude because they're all talking about, you know, Carmella and her husband and how they didn't actually divorce.
Now, she filed for bankruptcy. She filed for divorce when the kids were much younger.
Yeah.
And that's when they were like, Gina was like, oh, you actually filed. And they were kind of discussing that a little bit. And that's when Vicki pipes up to be like, something just doesn't add up. Like, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the whole, I'm in San Diego. I'm an OC. I'm not divorced from this guy. I got this boyfriend. Both my dudes cheated on. It's just a lot. Yeah.
I mean, we can talk ad nauseum about how Vicki just can't imagine life
a different perspective.
Right. If it doesn't conform to what she's used to as life, it seems strange and unusual and like unheard of. So, but I tend to agree because they discuss it later that like not everyone lives the same life you do. Just, you know, people find out what works for them, and this is clearly what's working for her. Like, who are you to judge it?
She lives a very different life from you, Vicki. She does.
I hope Lisa Barlow pulls that out on Girls Trip.
I hope I'm sure she'll incorporate that into her line this season.
Oh, I'm sure. Quite sure. So we discussed this briefly last week, but I've never been to the Grand Canyon, and either have you.
No.
After having seen it, would you go now?
Yeah, I would not walk that bridge, and I would not zip line if I go see it from a distance, yeah.
Would you even go anywhere near that bridge?
No.
Would you lay down on it like Tamara did? Yeah, again, I still think that a lot of it just seems so grandiose that like my brain couldn't comprehend it exactly. And it would just feel like a backdrop. And I'm sure once you're out there on that little bridge, you'd get the vertigo and get a little bit like, whoa, this is not normal.
Like, and how windy is it going to be? And like, there's no netting. There's no, like, it's a short railing. It's like basically like, hey, I'm on the Grand Canyon.
Right.
And I could topple over.
At any moment.
That's why Emily's like, why are all these danger-prone Daphnes on this damn bridge?
They bring champagne out. That's what you want. Get some people tipsy.
Right?
Out on this tipsy bridge.
Uncoordinated and have balance issues. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's where at first, like, I would have felt much better had they all been holding onto the rail like people who don't know how to roller skate. If they were just like...
Right.
Gripping each one as they step.
Hand holding, like, let's slowly make our way around this arc.
Like form a human chain around the horseshoe there. That would have been preferable. Okay. All right. They were given the option to go on a cultural experience or go ziplining.
I do cultural because ain't no damn way. I'm ziplining.
Would love to do that zip line. In fact, like when they showed it in the trailer last week, they made it seem like it was a much longer zip line over a much deeper area. And when they finally showed it this time, I was like, oh, that doesn't really look that bad. So I don't know what Vicki and
could be less dead though if you fell.
That was more of a harness than we had when we were in Hawaii, because it was not only like the harness you're wearing on your legs, there was also like this little thing that like kind of you laid into and it like cradled you from one end to the other. But I don't know what like Vicki and Shannon's issue was, like especially if Vicki's been ziplining before. That didn't seem like it was all that.
I don't know whether it because like they've been on things that have been very high high up, and they didn't like it. So why they think that, yes, they should have both done the cultural experience and made like Gina and Heather do the
right.
Yeah,
I mean, that cultural experience is about what I expected it to be. Like just a little, here's some history of the area. I wasn't expecting it to be about the indigenous peoples, which, interesting for sure. But like, it's about the speed I was expecting it. So I was definitely more into the zip lining and everything. And Willie, after they saw the native dance and everything, they just went up and sat on some rocks, which seemed 10 times scarier than the horseshoe walk.
Yes, it remind me of Sedona on Beverly Hills. When they went to Sedona on Beverly Hills.
Oh, I said Stona.
I'm sorry, Sedona. When they were like sitting on the rocks and like a moment.
Yeah.
Yes. But their moment here was telling Tamara that she's a much better person now.
I mean, it was nice. I mean, Gina put it in different words. Like, I'm so proud of you. I guess now that I'm repeating that, I'm like, that's kind of messed up to be like, oh, I'm so proud of you. You're figuring out how to be a decent human being.
Right. It's like, it was you. You were the problem.
Right. But also she's in a lighter, better place. And, her best friend isn't, on death's door.
And she's learning to let things go. And it's not necessarily her place to have to like be right and someone be wrong.
Right. She's also making sure the other people can work for a living instead of doing it all for them.
Seriously.
So, no,
it's an ensemble.
I agree.
Thus, Emily, Jen, you should talk to Shannon about your feelings on camera.
Yeah. So we already went over that, though. And then they go gambling.
Very briefly, they did some blackjack. Shannon likes
and some roulette. I mean, it did give me the blackjack bug. I was like, ooh, I could go for some blackjack. It's been a while since we were in Palm Springs.
Oh, gosh, that was June.
It's the last time I blacked Jack.
Whew, that was a while ago.
June, July. No, really, only 2.5 months ago, almost 3 months.
It was still early June, though.
It was the middle of June, wasn't it?
It was like right before the 15th, I think.
Okay, but still. It was 2.5 months ago. But yeah. No, I'm just loving it. You're really calm today.
Yeah. What? Not like as hyped, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Like after Girls Trip episode that we last did, you were like, "Yeah, this is great," and this one you're just kind of like,
It's just a different vibe.
Yeah, but you have absolutely nothing to say about it, and like I'm dumbfounded.
No, I think it's the same. I'm saying things.
Are you really? What's up with that? No, I'm kidding.
I'm saying things. But
that's where Vicki ends up going off on Carmella, pretty much.
Well, we get back to the whole conversation that we had already about like questioning Carmella's motives for giving Jenn the
opportunity. Yeah, I mean, it is a little messed up. Like, I get what everyone's saying in the matter because, like, why would you just go ahead and offer someone a job when you don't know what their skills are? Like, you could end up, and that's where Tamara made the joke, like, what happens if she's like, hey, go pick up my dry cleaning? And then they're like, well, for 20 grand, why not, But, at the same time, it is kind of screwed up, like, for them to be questioning her motives, like, just as, like, why can't you just assume it comes from a good place? She just met this person who was saying, hey, I'm a little... Not like Jenn was saying, I'm lost and I have no direction in my life, but she was saying, I'm imagining the conversation went something like, yeah, I'm kind of in between things right now and I really don't know what I'm going to do professionally. And, I'm just kind of trying to figure things out. And if I had an opportunity to be like, hey, I have some things that I could use help with. And like, if you feel like that's up your alley and you want to give it a try, let's give it a try. So like for her to offer that is really pretty generous. But every time it comes up, it's just like, oh, she's up to something else. There's got to be some other nefarious reason.
And also, like, why are you trying to get in with the group through Jenn? Like, she's like so new. You'd go for Tamara or you go for Heather or
right. And that's where it doesn't make sense when, like, especially Vicki's kind of throwing this whole thing that like she's trying to buy her way into the group, like with the purse and the vibrator, and then now giving Jenn a job. And it's like, if that's really what she wanted to do, she would have better aim with other people.
Right. And she wouldn't like come at you so easily. She, I don't think Carmella's trying to buy her way in. She's just being nice. And it's like, why be nice?
Although, what if Carmella did her homework and she's just like, well, I don't have the last 4 seasons with Vicki. I don't know how to handle her. Like, I know how the other women have been the last 4 seasons, so I can predict them better. So Vicki's the wild card in Carmella's life.
True.
It's possible.
True, but I don't think I don't think that she's like.
I don't think so either.
Reasons, like, for trying to help.
No.
Jenn, who needs a little direction.
Yeah. And then, and again, it's not like she's taking pity on Jenn. That's the thing, is that I feel if it was a situation where she was taking pity and being like, oh, well, she's so poor and needs a job. She's not doing that. It really came from, Jenn expressed the desire to find something to do more, with her life, and not with her life, but something to do that might give her more.
Right. More, independence.
Yeah.
Is the word?
And that's what it was. And more under, better, control or, of her own money and like her own finances and stuff. And Carmella had an opportunity, so why not offer it? And even if Carmella just said it because she was being nice, she could just turn around and be like, I was just being nice. Leave me the hell alone,
yes.
But she's not saying
for the review, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just absolutely ridiculous that everyone's picking on her about it. I don't like it at all.
No.
If I'm going to take the Vicki stance, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and then Vicki goes a step further by saying, talking about her parenting and you left your kids in San Diego and, I wouldn't do that. Your kid's sick and you left them behind. It's like, that is just...
Well...
And Heather was like, no.
Right.
We cannot go there. That's about children. That's below the belt.
That makes me feel like Vicki was a little... Maybe it's half of Vicki's just stuck in old school reality TV, but also hasn't been on for the last few years, where she's not recognizing a life jacket when she sees one. Like, they were all throwing her, don't attack the parenting, and even Vicki, I'm not calling her a bad mother. And it's like, what you are saying is calling her a bad mother. Like, you may not be saying those words, because in typical
the subtext,
in typical deflection fashion, she's just like, well, I never said that. It's like, no, but the things you were saying is the definition of that.
What were you trying to say?
Right. Like, what were you hoping would come out of that?
It didn't end with, you did wrong by your children.
Yeah. And then that still goes back to the whole idea of just because she doesn't have the same life that you have, just because your daughter wouldn't leave her 13-year-old alone, doesn't mean she can't leave her 14-year-old with her sister. It's like... the kids are all of different, maturities and different capabilities depending on what ages they're at. Like, just because your 13-year-old grandkid can't handle themselves or, feels the need for X, Y, and Z doesn't mean her 14-year-old daughter can't have different needs. You know?
It's different upbringings.
Yeah. And I'm sure a very different upbringing if, let's see, Vicki Gunvalson is your mother, or what's her daughter's name? Brianna. Like, I'm sure that's a whole different life than Carmella as your mother.
And Brianna and her, learn about her husband and why
they're in Oklahoma.
And why her brother doesn't see her very often.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
Why, did you want to fill us in?
No.
Okay.
But I like that, the other women stuck up for her, Carmella, and especially Shannon, and then they really pressured Vicki, rightfully so, to apologize to Carmella.
Right.
Which she did, surprisingly, at the end. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Do you think that they actually, again, I don't know that the women were pressuring Vicki to lay off of her because they didn't agree with her, but just because they didn't want Vicki to look bad on camera. Do you think it's a little bit of both, or
both? But more so because they have more of a loyalty to Vicki, and also not looking bad on the show, and also Emily with the crappy pull of Katie Janela, and inferring that she was a bad mother. So on reunion, the reunion. I hate people say reunion.
I know we hate it, but we've gotten kind of into it. And it's all Jen Aiden who kept calling it reunion.
She really did start that, yeah.
I know. I kind of like calling it reunion.
I know. But yes,
Body of Christ.
It's not a good look.
No, not at all. No. But no, I was surprised that she apologized to her. And I said to you when she did, that sounded like an actual genuine apology, like it was actually coming from actual Vicki, because Vicki wasn't being screechy and she wasn't being all like,
I'm embarrassed for doing that and making me feel a certain way, and I should never have done that, and
Yeah, I mean, if that's Vicki putting on an apology, then I mean, maybe Vicki's a better actor than I give her credit for.
Carmella was wary, and we see in the previews for next week she gets a little clap back, and it's like, I would have just like accepted it until she effed up again, and then you can be like, you know what? Now all gloves are off.
Right.
Now you are that horrible person I thought you were.
Right.
But you gotta let someone show you and everybody else who they are, and you look like the better person. But
I'm gonna predict and chalk that up to probably producers being like, you're not gonna say anything?
Right. Well, also we see in the preview that Heather says, you really let see off lightly, and so it's very housewifey.
I think if she had been like a third or fourth season housewife, she might not have fallen for it. She might have been like, no, I'll be fine. Like, I'm surprised at how easily Jenn was manipulated by
her first couple of seasons.
Yeah, even this season was. You should really talk to Shannon about how you feel. Like,
she's like a marionette.
Yeah, like she doesn't seem to think too many steps ahead when it comes to the whole, the drama creation that's going on.
Right.
Like everyone, I remember that was it last season or the one before where she like tore into Tamra's hotel room while she's getting glammed.
That was season before.
Yeah. Everyone, remember, all the fans were just all like, "Oh, Jenn, you go, you're coming to life." But like, other than that, I don't think we've actually had Jenn activated to the point where like she's really been standing up for herself.
Well, she's reunion where she's like, "I didn't know what you're talking about." That was more just gaslighting.
Oh, yeah, I'm not liking it.
No,
but yeah.
Sorry, I gotta let go. If I'm going to truly move forward with these women, I have to let go of the Katie Janela past and, try, especially for the sake of the podcast.
It's only episode 7. We still got like
7?
I think this is episode 7.
God, we're about to get the mid-season trailer soon.
Yeah, and see, it's episode 7 and nothing has happened. There's probably 10 more episodes of the season because it's usually 17 plus 3 reunions.
Yeah.
And then like we're already almost halfway through and what really is going on. So, but again, I guess there doesn't have to be like we hate each other. Yeah.
This is not Salt Lake. We don't need to like,
Yeah, they need to find their own voice, but so far I'm not liking the way it sounds.
It's a scattered voice.
Yeah. So after Vicki apologizes to Carmella talks more about her relationship to the women.
Uh-huh.
And about how she and Danny and infidelity sucks and all that. And then,
it relates, about her on and off issues with Shane.
So that's the thing with Carmella. We know that Danny's name cheated on her. Don't really know what's going on with Shane. Like they've never really said one way or the other what the problem is, other than is it just like
they've
long marriage?
Yeah, I think it's just like they've always been a little bit of bickersons, and I think adding the kid issues didn't help things. And
like I can't imagine, part of me wants to say that the way that she's kind of picking up on Carmella and like oh yeah, I agree that there's kind of a subtext that's there may have been infidelity or something, but it's never really been talked about, and I can't imagine Shane cheating on Emily.
There's infidelity. I think it's just they are on 2 different places, 2 different pages about how they relate in the marriage and as parents, and it's really hard for them to
just where they're at in their lives right now. It's the sort of thing.
They have that podcast to bring them together.
It's the sort of thing that like I could kind of imagine there being like emotional cheating that like I could see.
I don't think so at all. I think Shane is so up his own butt. I don't imagine him being up anyone else's butt.
Well, that's why I said emotional.
No, still.
I know.
He's an emotional vacuum.
I don't know. I could see him like kind of being a nerd online. Like he's got like someone in his phone that he, chats with that he likes more than Emily. But I don't know. There just seems to be something.
That he likes more than Emily.
There just seems to be something more going on there for them to have years and years and years of this strife. It just can't be that like, oh, marriage is tough.
I think it is. Straights.
I don't know many. We know a lot of straights that are, are decently married, at least 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5.
Yes, but we're always seeing, better for Mars, one for Venus, especially on these shows. It's like, you can't get on the same page, and
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, we just don't talk. Like when Emily was saying that she and Shane, like go through periods of like not talking. I'm like, what is that life? Like you're just like, do you not share a bed? Are you like ships in the night?
Oh, they may not. I mean, they might have separate rooms. I could see that. A lot of people have. I'm not against the idea of separate rooms.
From wife swap.
Clearly not. I don't think any of those women. I don't think any of the housewives learned anything from housewives.
I think.
You think? She's getting a divorce.
Ah, that's right.
Well, yeah, that's not necessarily her decision to get a divorce. Melissa,
I think.
Did Wendy learn anything?
That's right. I forgot that was the combination. Yes.
I do like that at the end of this episode, you have the note, the group urges Shannon to put herself out there, whereas you skipped over the fact that Tamara was like, you haven't had sex in 2 years.
How are you pleasuring yourself, Shannon?
Yeah. Which, I don't think given the other conversations that were going on at the table and the kind of the talk of vibrators and everything that like that's too hard to have like.
No, not at all. I thought it was funny because I thought they would say like, because Vicki couldn't stop talking about Carmella and her damn vibrators.
Right.
You got one for Shannon.
Right.
She needs pleasure.
And Shannon's also participated in like kind of racy conversations about her own sex life in the past and kind of like, she's not been like really explicit, but she's been like, she's been suggestive over like she would be into this or that or the other thing. And she'll play along a little bit. But for her to just be all like, I don't want to talk about it. That's what I'd expect from Vicki. But Shannon seems to have like a kind of like a seed of like, yeah, I mean, I want to have sex. But what I was really picking up off of her is that like, for someone to be, it was wonderful what Heather was saying that like, you've never really been with someone who deserves you. Like that's all well and good to say to a friend or someone who you're really trying to encourage to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
But then the opposite of that just means that you're in your 60s and you've never really met someone who fulfilled
the
you.
love of your life, which is really
right.
like, wow.
And then, I know people in their 40s who are just like, have never met someone and they're like, well, I'm never going to meet someone in my 40s. So it's got to be even a worse feeling when you're in your 60s. So to be like, oh yeah, thanks. I've never met anyone who's worth my time. And what are the odds I'm going to do it now when I'm, physically deteriorating.
Like time is running out.
Yeah. So I can see both sides of it. Like it's very sweet of them to say and very, inspirational and all. But, especially if you're in the midst of feeling very lonely.
Yeah.
You've probably you've probably been through the whole range of emotions and to kind of have to say out loud that like, you're right, I am 60 something years old and I've never met the love of my life. I'm totally going to do it now.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Right. So I do feel a little bit bad for Shannon being put on the spot like that.
Yes.
But, it's really sweet what they're saying. And at the same time, she's...
It was very much like emotional, like let's lift her up kind of thing, which it's like, you can't say that she hasn't gotten that any support from the group.
Right,
they really do support her.
But they are also making it seem, and granted, it turned out poorly, but like she was seemingly very happy with John Jansen for a couple years. Yeah. So it's not like she spent the last, since she and, Mr. Bador got a divorce. What was his name?
David.
Since the internet movie David Bador.
Yes, I
am David Bador.
Yes.
Ever since they made it seem like since she got a divorce, she hasn't been with anyone, and she's been like a dry, barren, there was closed for business.
Who she smooched with,
right?
On Love Hotel.
Earl the Pearl.
That went awry.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a little bit too much of like I don't know, when you're feeling it. It was halfway inspiring, but also halfway kicking someone when they're down,
Well, she could have had a bad reaction, but she didn't. I think she realized she really was focusing more on they really care about me and want the best for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although when it came from Tamara, I could see Shannon being a little bit like, thanks, Tamara. Like,
yes.
Don't need it from you. So.
Don't talk about the tumbleweeds.
I do love that the last note that you have is, she feels lonely.
A little more uplifting one. We have Vicki saying like, just take your pants off.
Yeah. I mean, it's good advice.
Yeah.
And see, so the whole idea of scheduling sex, like, it's not the most romantic notion. And so, like, I liked that, you know, Heather and everyone was like, you know, you kind of do have to schedule it and just be like, that way we're all prepared for it. It happens.
Especially when you have kids, I would imagine.
Oh, I imagine, yeah. Like, if you can find a window that's available to have the sex. Like, this is our opportunity. But for Vicki to be like, oh, I'll probably be too busy to do it. It's like, well, then you're not making it a priority. Like, then it's kind of like when I don't eat during lunchtime because I'm busy with work. I could eat. I'm just not making food a priority. Like, I'm like,
Right.
I'd rather do this other thing than eat. It's the same thing with sex. Like, if you, like, just admit, if you're going to skip your sex appointment because of work, it's because you find work better than sex.
Right. You can't get away from Kodo for like
Yeah.
15, I don't know how long it is.
And I don't know if there's anything super wrong with that. I mean, but if you're at a time in your life, like, just be honest about it. Don't, like, I would feel bad for her boyfriend if she's like, oh, I'll be there at 4. And then he's like, crickets.
Yeah.
He popped his Viagra and nothing.
He popped his Viagra.
He's ready to go. And she's all like, oh, hold on, I'm selling life insurance, you know.
I also want to know, when she said, you know, I have so much life insurance on me, how much life insurance does Vicki Gunvalson have on herself? I'm sure she would say the number. Probably like her kids will get like $1 billion when she dies.
I wonder how much life insurance you can really take out on yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a few million. You know, especially because she's, you know, quasi-celebrity.
That's true.
I'm sure that
And she knows how to
something.
like work it.
Do you think she also like insured her hands? You know, he's here at hand models insuring their hands, or voice actors insuring their voice.
I hope she insured her voice.
She should have insured that
Gotta
knee.
whoop it up, yeah.
Should have insured that knee of hers, so gotten some
Or
money.
just made time, you know, say, hi, producers, I know you want me to come back, but like, I'm going to be hobbling. Do you want me hobbling, or do you want me like okay and doing stuff
And
on?
they said, hobble, lady, hobble.
We'll write it in.
I know we're towards the end and we're going to wrap this up shortly, but it bears mentioning, Gina looked amazing in this episode. Her hair, her makeup, when she walked in and they were all like, wow, you look amazing. She looked really amazing and quite fresh.
Yes. Like when you look at that flashback, it's like, oh
yeah.
180.
And then on top of that, like, I think Gina is one of my favorites this season so far. Like,
Really?
if I had to pick a favorite of the season, it's Gina. She's like my number one, followed by Tamara. But that's just, Tamara's just kind of coasting, you know?
I think in general, it's always going to be Tamara. Tamara's like the reason for the season, literally. If she hadn't come back and if someone else had, I would be like, there's no way.
How do we feel about learning or being reminded that Gina was a club girl? And she was trying to encourage everyone to like pump their fists at the
Like
club.
it was Jersey Shore.
Like it was really, really offbeat Jersey Shore, yes. Shannon doing
Shannon
that.
in the club, and Shannon's being like fist pumping, and Gina with her like feather, like not crop
Tube top?
tube top thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I think all of that might have gone over well if we could actually have heard the music that was playing when they were doing it instead of whatever, you know, air-friendly music they were able to put on, license-free. So, but yeah, no, I mean, again, like, Gina's giving me some giggles here and there, and I'm appreciating her for it. So
Yeah, she is pretty benign.
I can't wait to hear what Matt says about her shoulder pads and eyebrows and eyelashes. He always has something to say about her fashion.
Like, I mean, they're so large.
They
all
are.
these things you just mentioned.
But I mean, this episode, maybe she's been listening, saw his podcast, his TikToks, and now she's like, I'm doing something about it.
Well, no, I
know the timing can't work that way. So,
if only they did it live.
do you think ever, maybe season 21, they'll do like when Will and Grace was super popular, they started doing the live episodes?
They weren't all live. There was just like a couple were live.
Right. And very awkward every time.
Yes.
Those Will and Grace episodes were funny, like the first couple times they broke in the middle of it.
But then it was like,
Oh, now they're just doing it to be funny, like Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake do.
Jimmy Fallon in any skit on SNL. Any damn skit.
Right.
Lauren must have like, get this a-hole off my show.
Yeah. Please, someone give him his own late night show.
Seriously.
We don't want him anymore.
Where ironically he does not break.
True.
I
Very
guess
true.
if he doesn't, I don't watch that show. I like Jimmy Fallon. I just don't like late night shows. Period. So
did you ever?
Cohen. Yeah, like back in the day when like I think it was just you.
Those were what you had options for before the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I was never really my family were a David Letterman household.
He was like, so I could see that. Yeah.
It was more sardonic.
I was more Leno, but now like looking back, I'm like, Leno's a putz.
Leno was so just milk toast. Leno was always like, oh, is it headlines? Okay, I'll watch headlines, and then done.
I feel like he was just like, you look back to, I know it was the time, but like he was such a douche, especially like during like the Brokeback Mountain days. Not everyone was. They made such a joke of that movie.
Right.
But he was really like, leading the charge.
He was leading the charge on predictability, I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
He makes a predictable joke and then laughs at it himself.
Yeah.
With his humongous chin.
And that's what gave Conan O'Brien such a platform, is that he followed up and he had unique humor. So
well, then like got like tossed over.
Right.
That was someone on like a documentary about that.
Didn't they make like 5 documentaries about all that?
I don't know if they've been like documentary.
Is it time to like for that to come back up?
I think so. I think people don't know that whole thing and how weird that was to live through it. Of like, oh, great, Jay's retired. Here comes Conan. The network is like, then like tries to like shoehorn Jay in. Like, I'm sorry, I thought you left. And then it's like, no, altogether we want Conan out. And it was like just the worst thing you could do.
Well, I mean, it's not a big surprise after the whole, what happened with Jay taking over instead of, David Letterman after Johnny Carson. So, NBC just loves to fuck up a late night show. So
I blame Carson.
Yeah, it's his fault.
He's dead.
Let's just blame Ed McMahon too while we're at it.
Ed McMahon.
Why not?
Took that big check to the sky. I feel like, was there something we...
No, we covered everything.
Oh, the scavenger hunt. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like slapping my knee on the scavenger.
It was kind of a weak scavenger hunt.
Well, when we saw the one on Beverly on
Ultimate Girls Trip,
which was like a delightful.
Yeah.
Then to go from that to like,
honestly,
let's make people laugh in the streets.
Watching that, I was like, what is the point of this? I think that whoever said it was right, that Heather was just doing it for TikTok content. Because like,
surely, because nobody won. There was no winnings.
Right.
It was dumb sashes. It was like very much a bachelorette party.
The sashes were kind of funny. Hats off to ChatGPT for coming up with those names. It was fine. But like, yeah, it was like, dance with an animal. It's like, here's a pigeon. It's like, okay. It's like all of it's
clearly all.
It was all just very arbitrary. Like stuff. So I was like, okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't remember the scavenger hunt. Also, it had to,
there was something.
It had to have been like Fremont Street at like Thursday at 2 p.m. when they started it anyway, because like it was just a few people standing around staring at what's going on, and they had the security around them.
Yes, and everyone had on their phones, and like I'm sure like for production to shoot around the security must have been really great.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yes.
So yeah, scavenger hunt, schmavenger hunt.
Okay, I think that's
everything.
Yes.
So what do we have coming up? We have the final Atlanta reunion episode this Sunday.
Girls Trip. And then you will be gone, so we won't do OC next week.
Be a little late on the next OC episode.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be whooping it up on a houseboat.
Yes.
And you'll be whooping it up, relaxing here at the house without an annoying husband around.
No. I'll be all house, no boats.
Very nice. On that note, should we talk about it next time?
Until next time.